Estar, a verb used most commonly with emotion and location, emoción y locación. Estar in English means to be. If we were to conjugate it in English, it would say, I am, you are, she is, we are, y'all are, and they are. If the verb were regular in Spanish, it would conjugate esto, estás, está, estamos, estáis, and están. It's not regular, however. There are some changes to this verb. I am, for example, will be estoy instead of esto. Estoy is I am. Estás is going to have an accent added to it. Same with está. She is. Then way at the bottom, they are is also going to have an accent added to it. So you can see this is nearly a regular verb with a couple of accents added to it and the Y up for estoy, I am. This is how you conjugate estar, and this is what it means in English. If we were to use it in a sentence, we're going to use it mostly in two specific situations. One is when we're discussing emotion, and the other is location. For example, Su está contenta. Su is content. Su is happy. It's an emotion. You're going to use está. Su está aburrida. Su is bored. Again, it's an emotion. We're going to use está. And both of these sentences would answer the question, ¿Cómo estás? How are you? A very common phrase we ask right at the beginning of getting to know a person and getting to know Spanish in general is, Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hey, how are you? How are you emotionally? ¿Cómo estás? And these would be two possible answers. Typically we say bien or mal or así así. In this case, contenta, aburrida. Other ways you can answer the question, ¿Cómo estás? Emotions. With location, an example is Bob está en casa. Bob is at home. Bob está al museo. Bob is at the museum. Both situations of emotion and location, however, will have at least one exception that I'm going to share with you. Su está contenta, su está aburrida are emotions. However, if you want to say su is happy, you have to use ser for happy. Su es feliz or su no es feliz. She is not happy. And location as well, if you have an event, for example, a fiesta. La fiesta es a la casa de Bob. The party is at Bob's house. If it's an event, a fiesta, a concert, a meeting, you're going to say es instead of está. So those are two exceptions to the rule of using estar with emotion and location. Ser is that other verb to be. Ser and estar mean exactly the same thing. If you were to translate them, ser, to be, estar, to be. However, they're used in different situations. We've seen that ser is used for descripción, profesión, origen, nacionalidad, y la hora. Some examples of that. Description, Bob is bald. Profession, Bob is a businessman. Origin, Bob is from Spain. Nationality, Bob is American. And time, it is 1 o'clock, it is 1:05, it is 2 o'clock. These are specific situations in which you would use ser. For example, you would not say Bob está calvo or Bob está empresario. No, it's not what you would use. If you're discussing someone's description, profession, origin, nationality, or time, it's going to be es, not está. So these are specifically es, uses of ser. There's another key difference between ser and estar, which is this idea of permanent and temporary. Ser is going to be a more permanent personality or physical characteristic of somebody. Ser, for example, would be used to say su es aburrida. Su is boring. She is always boring. That's her personality. Or su es contenta. Su is always happy. This is her character. This is her personality. You're describing her as a person, as opposed to something more temporaneous, temporáneo, with estar. If you were to say su está aburrida, you'd be saying Sue is bored, just temporarily. She's not a boring person, she just happens to be bored. And Sue está contenta, she's happy right now. She's not always the most chipper person in the world, but she's happy, she's upbeat right now. Sue está contenta. So the difference between ser and estar, the uses of es and está, would be ser is more permanent, discusses a quality of someone's character or personality or physical appearance, and estar is more temporary. There's one exception with estar being temporary, and that's if you use muerta or muerto for a guy. Su está muerta, that means Su is dead. Not a temporary state of being as we see it. So to wrap up the lesson, to be and to be, ser and estar both mean to be. Ser is used in situations of description, profession, origin, nationality, and time, whereas estar is used in situations of emotion, location, and a temporary state of being. That's our lesson for today. Estar, emoción, locación, y temporáneo.